Oh, hi there. It's 10 to 10 and it's still light. It's exciting, isn't it? I've still got the light on in the car though, you know, because I'm all about the production values. Hello and welcome to a review of Top Gun Maverick. Said it with a bit of like drama. Okay, so Top Gun, you've probably heard of it. If not, where have you been for the last 30 odd years? Top Gun was released, I believe, in 1986. It's quite a big hit. It's directed by South Shield's son, Tony Scott, brother of Ridley, and it starred a young fella called Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, Meg Ryan, some other folks as well. And it is a lot of men's favourite films. Not met a huge amount of women who would put it as their number one, but a lot of men really, really, really like this film. Here's the thing that makes me laugh, right? I've met so many men that love this film who refuse to acknowledge the fact that it has quite a lot of gay undertones, overtones, gay tones. Like, it's quite gay is Top Gun. It's quite homoerotic in a lot of places. Shirtless volleyball, oil, lots of talk about being each other's wingman, and the soundtrack with songs such as Playing with the Boys, Hanging with the Boys. Anyway, it is what it is. It's very popular. I don't love it. I don't hate it either. It just is. Bizarrely, I saw it on the big screen in this very cinema that I've just come out of, which is the Odeon in Kettering, obviously where I live and I used to work. And we had a staff screening one night of Top Gun where we had to vote for an older film to be screened for the staff, and Top Gun won the vote. I mean, I definitely didn't vote for it, but I have seen it on a cinema screen. I have seen it many times. It's fine. It is what it is. And here we are, some 30 odd years later, with a sequel. Now, there's been talk of a sequel from about 2 years after the original came out, because it was such a huge hit, and it never happened until now. Excuse me. Not a COVID cough. And this film was actually made and finished and ready for summer 2020, and for due to factors, it didn't get released, and it's here now. So I've just been to see it. I was in the 7:15 screening, screen 8, one of the big ones. It was packed, which I love. I do love seeing a film with a big audience. The audience were well up for it. A few people checking their phones, like in the middle of the film. One woman, in the first sort of 15 minutes of the film, reading her texts. She was obviously an older lady. Her phone was very bright, and the font of her text messages was about this big. She was about 4 rows in front of me. I could have read her text messages from where I was sitting. And I don't understand why people have got to a point where they think it's okay to just look at their phone during the film, but here we are. Not a problem in 1986, was it? So the story goes that Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell is still the same rank as he was back in the day. He's obviously done various jobs for the Navy throughout the last 3 decades, and he finds himself sent to Top Gun to train a new bunch of recruits, Top Gun graduates, like the best of the best of the best, but he needs to train them and ready them for a particularly difficult mission. So that's the setup. Joining the cast this time around, you've got Ed Harris, although he's only in a couple of scenes. I do love Ed Harris. Lends a bit of clout, a bit of rugged clout early doors. I think he plays like an admiral or something like that. You've also got John Hamm, who I have a huge amount of time for. He's sort of Maverick's boss on the base when he gets sent back to Top Gun. A couple of other supporting players that I really like. The love interest is played by Jennifer Connelly, who looks absolutely fabulous. Haven't even got to talking about the cruiser yet. But yeah, Jennifer Connelly plays the love interest. She runs the bar. Yes, the same bar from the original film, I think, where they sing you've lost that loving feeling to Kelly McGillis's character in the first film. So she runs the bar. Her name is Penny, and she's obviously had a relationship with Mav in the past. And then the students, or the pilots that Maverick is tasked with training, include, well, there's a few of them, but the main focus is on a character called Rooster. Obviously that's his call sign. His name is Bradley Bradshaw, and he is the son of Anthony Edwards Goose, who of course dies in the original Top Gun. And if that's a spoiler, I cannot help you. Like, if you don't know, Goose dies. Soz. But why would you watch a review of Top Gun Maverick if you've never seen Top Gun? That would just be bananas. So Miles Teller plays the grown-up son of Goose and Mrs. Goose from the first film. A lot's been made of the casting of Miles Teller as Rooster. He's so believable as Anthony Edwards' son. It's ridiculous. And it's not just because they've given him the little sort of tash. He just has that essence of Goose from the first film. Like, it's mad. And he's really good. Like, he's really good. He's been around for a while now, Miles Teller. One of his more famous roles, although it's quite a sort of underrated. Not underrated, but underseen. Not seen as often. What am I talking about? Miles Teller was in Whiplash with J.K. Simmons, the drummer, the drumming film about the drumming and the drumming teacher who's really harsh. And anybody who's seen it thinks it's outstanding, but a lot of people haven't seen it because it sort of flew beneath the radar. So you might know Miles Teller from that. You might know him from the Fantastic Four reboot, although I sincerely hope not. He is so good as Rooster. Obviously got a lot of resentment towards Maverick. There's beef there. Because obviously he blames Mav for his dad's death. Here's the thing, right? I really enjoyed this film. And I wasn't sure I was going to, because like I say, I'm not a big lover of the original film. This film was so much fun, had a huge amount of heart, actually moved me to tears a couple of times. And it just pays homage to the original while absolutely moving everything forward, you know, because like I say, the original is very 1980s. It's very sort of, as I said, homoerotic, and this has just got, it's just more 21st century, and it's more balanced, and a couple of the pilots are actually women, but not a huge amount is made of that. They're just good at what they do. I just felt that it was more current. They use a lot of the same music, which was just brilliant, because it really, like, music above all things tends to spark nostalgia. So hearing that original Top Gun theme and seeing the planes landing on the carrier in the sea, like, it pushes all those nostalgia buttons, which is great. But it's a really good story. It's an interesting mission that he's training them for. They're interesting characters. The way that they set up the relationship between Maverick and Penny, Jennifer Connelly's character, is really believable. And I just really enjoyed it. Like, really enjoyed it a lot. It got a really warm reception from the audience. People clapped it at the end, which is weird. And why have we started clapping films? It's very odd. But I really enjoyed it a lot. I mean, way more than the original. Final point, definitely go and see it. Please see it in a cinema. Don't wait for it to come on to telly. See it in a big cinema with really good sound. Maybe like an iSense type vibe, or an IMAX. I don't know if it's in IMAX. One more thing before I go. What the hell is Tom Cruise's deal? The man is 50 years old, and fair enough, this was made a couple of years ago. They were filming in 2019, I think, so he was just shy of 50 then. The man doesn't age. Like, I know he's a Scientologist. I'm beginning to think he might actually be an alien. Because, good Lord, it does not look like he's pushing 50. ridiculous. And I like that they cast Jennifer Connelly as the love interest and not someone considerably younger, because there does tend to be the tendency where they go, who cares if the man is nearly 50? Let's cast him opposite a 35-year-old actress. And they didn't do that. I don't know how old Jennifer Connelly is, but she looks incredible. And they were a believable pairing. I really like this. I've already said that, so I'm repeating myself now. Miles Teller is fabulous. He definitely looks like Son of Goose. The cruiser is charming and smiley and does that Tom Cruise thing that he does. It's got big guitar riffs, it's got planes and bombs and powerful moving speeches, and yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed that it actually made me cry. It is great fun. Go and see it as soon as is humanly possible. It is a lot of fun. It's a big thumbs up from me for Top Gun Maverick.